I'm Joe Talentino with I Know Jax, the TV show where I tell you about cool local stuff. Great local restaurants to eat at, local small businesses, local craft beer, upcoming events, and much more. If you like that kind of stuff, make sure to like the I Know Jax Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I Know Jax, eat local, drink local, and be local. Welcome to a new episode of I Know Jax. This time we're going to hang out on Mayport Road in Atlantic Beach. First, we're going to check out a place that's known for its ramen and fried chicken. I'm here at Hangar Bay on Mayport Road, and I'm trying my favorite dish here, which is the Hellfire Ramen and Fried Chicken combo. I know it sounds weird, but it tastes great.
Hellfire is our version of what's known as Tantan ramen in Japan, which is done the Hangar Bay way. We make a homemade spicy ground pork, throw some scallions, green onions on there, and obviously the noodles. It's got a nice spicy bite to it. It's about 3.5 out of 5. Not meant to blow anyone out of the water, but have a nice little kick to it to make it different than the other traditional ramen we sell.
So what possessed you to take up doing ramen and fried chicken together?
There was no ramen in this area. No one has done fried chicken and ramen to my knowledge. Ramen's easy to make. It's noodles and water. And more importantly, who doesn't like fried chicken? Military theme is different. I think the fact that chicken and ramen is unique, that's a draw for people who are willing to get out of their box. If they can get past the idea of, well, what's that all about? Then usually they find something on the menu that they like. So we have what's known as the best fries ever, which also takes the Hellfire concept, adds 6 types of cheeses, scallions, green onions over French fries, which are already very good fries. We've got the Mark 50, which is a spicy sausage sandwich, also based on the Hellfire topping. So if you like a spicy dog, that's going to be it right there. And we have mac and cheese, fried mac and cheese, and fried homemade biscuits, which are also very unique. Having a restaurant is like flying a helicopter. When you're flying a helicopter, you're trying to keep 50,000 moving pieces together going in one direction and one speed. That's kind of like a restaurant.
I know they think the Hellfire is spicy, but me, I like to kick it up another notch or two. Listen, if you have a favorite dish somewhere that I should try, let me know. Maybe I'll try it. Didn't that look delicious? I love ramen, and here in Jacksonville we have several places that serve up good ramen. And here at I Know Jax, I do my best to promote small local businesses and cool places to go eat. Small businesses just don't have the big marketing budgets that big chains have, so they have to rely on word of mouth and places like I Know Jax to spread the word. So when you go to a restaurant that you found out about through me and I Know Jax, please let them know. That really helps. That area of Mayport in Atlantic Beach is going through changes. More neighborhoods are coming, and with that, more businesses are moving in. Here's one of the fairly recent additions to the area. So, Eric, you've opened Reve here. You're doing something kind of special with this.
Something.
Focused.
Yeah, we've got a clear vision of what we want to make.
So tell me about this vision.
Okay, yeah, so
What caused this vision? Maybe that should be the better question.
We're trying to go more after the beers that I've kind of gotten down to what I enjoy and the beers that I've been searching after and what I like to make and what I like to drink now.
Okay.
And just trying to kind of take away the broadness of everything we've done in the past and just kind of gear in towards those 3 niche styles that we want to really focus on, and then do those 3 well.
So what are the 3 styles?
So we're going to focus on 3 things. Yeah, the hazy-ish style of IPA. Some people call it New England.
Okay, yeah.
But the more fruit juice forward style IPAs, the less bitter. They tend to be hazy as a byproduct of the way you make them. We're going to do a lot of fruited sours and do a lot of different fruits and a lot of different sours. And then we're going to do a lot of imperial stouts and a lot of the variations within with the different adjuncts and flavors and variations of those.
Now, you've been nice enough to pour up a few for me.
Yeah.
So what am I drinking here?
So the first one is our hazy double IPA. It's called Edible Sunshine. It's about 8.5%.
Nice.
A lot of the hops are going to push that kind of juicy tropical fruit forward.
Now,
not very bitter.
I'm not an IPA guy normally. But I can drink this because it's not bitter.
Yeah, so one of the inherent traits of this new style is low on the bitterness. They tend to be a little sweeter, they tend to be a little less bitter, and those kind of go hand in hand. But
I like
yeah, so we're really digging them.
An IPA I can drink?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then this is obviously a sour.
Yep, that's our Kaleidoscope Eyes, which is a
love the name.
boysenberry blueberry sour.
Oh, heck yeah. Is that what you're drinking as well?
I'm actually drinking Color of Insanity, which is a raspberry cherry vanilla sour.
I'll have to try that one next. A lot of drinking going on here.
Yeah, so a lot of our beers are going to have a lot of I wouldn't say traditional beer ingredients, but a lot of non-malt ingredients with the fruits, spices, vanillas, and a lot of our beers.
What made you decide to come to Mayport?
It's just an area, I spend a lot of time in this area, whether it's passing through, going from the traditional beaches over to Hannah Park.
Sure.
I spend a lot of time on this road, and I really see that I think it's coming around.
Oh, it's
and
up and coming for sure.
There's a lot of people moving into this area. Mayport is the beach.
Yeah.
And it's one of the last reasonable places to buy property at the beach. So there's a lot of people, especially the younger people.
Yeah. I moved to the area about 6 years ago, and I've seen a huge change just in that time.
There's a big influx of younger people moving in over
I
here.
moved to where I was
And
when
there's
I came
really,
here first.
as far as the commercial side, there's not a lot over here that's new. There's a few new restaurants that are really good that have opened, but there's some traditional older bars, but there's really no newer ones that have opened. So we just thought this would be a great spot to put a brewery in, see what happened, and we've gotten amazing feedback from the people who have moved to this area going.
Yeah. Spicing beer is sort of a thing that you are known for.
Yeah, I like alternative flavors.
Yeah, whether you like to be known for it or not.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Good, because the Coxsackie, I've told you many times, is my favorite. So you're doing some darker
Imperial
beers
South
now?
as well. Yeah, this one's called Fluff and Stuff. So we used
HR Fluff and Stuff.
yeah. So we used there's about 90 pounds of marshmallow that were in the boil. It was then aged on vanilla, as well as graham cracker and cocoa nibs.
I've got to come here when you're brewing.
Yeah, so it was very sticky brew day with all the marshmallow. But yeah, we're trying to kind of go all over the place and play with a lot of these different flavors. And it's got all the components of it, whether they come together like you would around a campfire or not. It's got all the unique individual components with a kick. So it's also a little over 12%. So it's got a little bit in there. So we're 3.5 barrels. So it's 7 full kegs at a time.
Okay.
The goal was small space, small batch, high rotation, a lot of variety, and then not tying ourselves down to doing big batches and therefore having to have them on for months and months to go through them. We'd rather kind of turn and burn and move on to the next thing.
You learn more that way too,
absolutely.
Right?
So we'll get a lot more opportunities to brew these beers and a lot more opportunities to kind of tweak them and play with them and try different flavor combinations and go from there.
Very cool. So I'd like to do a toast to the future and hopefully we get a lot of great beers through here.
Absolutely.
Cheers. I always hate it when I have to come and drink beer.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
Job.
Sometimes you just gotta get through it,
I
though,
gotta
right?
talk to somebody about it. Since I did that story, Eric has moved over to Reve Brewing completely and is no longer involved in Green Room. Now, if you love craft beer and you're like me and a fan of sours and stouts, you have to make your way to Reve Brewing on Mayport Road. It's one of my personal favorites. Next, let's take a look at some of the upcoming events in the Jacksonville area. Here at I Know Jax, we do our best to support local businesses in the community. Visit our website to find out how we can help promote your business on iknowjax.com.
Call Joe directly at 904-345-0755 or visit iknowjax.com/advertising.
Every week I take a look at the fun and interesting events in Jax. Here's the list of my top 5 things to do in Jacksonville. And please let me know if you agree with me or if I missed something. At number 5 is the NCAA March Madness. Now I love basketball, so this event had to make the list because the road to the Final Four includes Jacksonville. March 21st and 23rd at Jacksonville Memorial Arena, when Jacksonville University hosts the first and second rounds of the NCAA March Madness tournament. That's March 21st and 23rd at Veterans Memorial Arena. At number 4 is Uptown Saturday Night in St. Augustine. I always love visiting St. Augustine, and it's even better when it's Uptown Saturday Night. Now this is a monthly event with live music, refreshments, new exhibits, and more at galleries, antique stores, and shops on San Marco Avenue between Ripley's Museum and Mission Nombre de Dios. That's on Saturday, March 23rd from 5 to 9 p.m. At number 3 is North Beach's Art Walk. Now if you follow Atlantic Beach Boulevard until it hits the ocean, you'll run into this monthly art walk. Now in the spring, it's a great event to visit. Neptune Beach and Atlantic Beach come alive during this event with lots of artists and vendors and people mingling in the street. There are lots of good places to go and sit and have a drink and a bite to eat afterwards as well. The North Beach's Art Walk takes place from 5 to 9 p.m. on March 21st. At number 2 is Buddy Guy Concert. Buddy Guy is an iconic guitar player who's coming to Jacksonville. He's a true legend. Buddy Guy played with Muddy Waters and has influenced guitarists such as Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, Keith Richards, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and John Mayer, just to mention a few. Clapton once described him as the best guitar player alive. Now, even if you're not familiar with Buddy Guy, I'm sure you're familiar with hits like Mustang Sally and Hoochie Coochie Man. Buddy Guy is playing at the Florida Theater on March 23rd. At number 1 is GASTROFEST. Number 1 is, of course, GASTROFEST. It's the biggest festival for foodies every year. GASTROFEST takes place around the Friendship Fountain. It's an all-day celebration with educational talks, tasting events, a marketplace, and more. Food vendors have samples ranging in price from $1 to $3. Everything is cash-based, so my suggestion is plan ahead and bring lots of dollar bills. Another thing to keep in mind this year, no plastic water bottles. This festival is trying hard to be as green as possible, so bring your reusable water bottle. You can find more info and the complete program at GastroJax.com. This festival takes place from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. on March 23rd. That's all I had for this time. How'd I do? If you're watching me online, let me know in the comments below what you're planning to do. For more details about the events, visit my website at iknowjax.com. I Know Jax is a small business. Actually, we're only 2 people on staff, myself and Suzanne, my wife. We don't receive salaries from a big media company. Instead, we're sponsored by local businesses in Jacksonville, and without them, we wouldn't be able to continue to do I Know Jax. But remember, you are also playing an important part. You help support local restaurants and other local businesses with your hard-earned money. And when you share my videos in social media and talk to your friends about I Know Jax and help spread the word about what I stand for, that really makes a difference too. So, thank you. I just wanted to let you know that I'm now sending out the Insider every Tuesday. You'll get tips and ideas for cool things to do, plus you'll find out what I'm up to and where we're filming next, that kind of stuff. You can subscribe to the Insider on my website at iknowjax.com. Every week I talk about happenings and craft beer events in my TV show, I Know Jax. And today I'm having a Black Widow cider from Original Sin. We're in the midst of spring festival season, so this time I have a bunch of fun and unusual happenings with craft beer. Now you might remember that Springfield is turning 150 years old this year. Now I've talked about the special collab brew that was made to celebrate the big birthday, the Sesqua Saison. There are lots of other cool events scheduled to honor Springfield, and here's one of them, Music on Main. The band Big Easy is going to be performing, and that starts at 6 p.m. The food trucks Baloo's Surf Shack and Dagwood's Food Truck are going to be there, and there's also craft beer available from Engine 15. Music on Main is taking place where else but Sesquicentennial Park in Springfield on March 20th. Breweries often have craft events, and honestly, there are few of them that appeal to me, but this week, there's one that spoke directly to the geek in me. When I was just a wee lad, I loved my Legos, but back then I built useful things like spaceships and medieval castles. But at this event, they're taking a different approach, and you get to build your own Legos selfie. I didn't even know that you could do that with Legos, but just take a look at this guy. He looks like my doppelganger. That event takes place at Hyperion on March 21st, and there are only a few spots available, so check on getting your tickets right away. Building selfies out of Legos might not be practical enough for you, and I have another event for those of you who want to do some good. It's the beach cleanup in Jax Beach, and trust me, you can make this a full day. Start with yoga at the beach at 9 a.m. This is a donation-based class, so just bring your mat or a towel. Then at 10 a.m., the cleanup starts. All supplies for the cleanup are provided, but the organizer asks that you bring your own reusable cup. Volunteers will get treats from the mini bar, narbucha, and the ugly cupcake muffinry. There's even going to be competitions for most cigarette butts and weirdest find. Now this could be great fun for your group of friends. And then from noon to 2 p.m., there's an after party at Southern Swells where 20% of the proceeds will go to future cleanup events. Now this sounds like a great way to kick off your Saturday. The beach cleanup is in Jax Beach on March 23rd. Sign up at cleanyour904.org/events. I also wanted to remind you that Ardwolf is releasing the Sesquisaison, that special collab celebration beer for Springfield at the brewery on March 19th starting at 5:30. And if you're in Neptune Beach, you might want to swing by Lucky's Market on that day because Bold City is coming to talk about their beers and the brewery. And just an FYI, Lucky's always has $2 beers on tap. That starts at 6 p.m. Cheers.
We're going to be making a CARVE Moscow Mule. You're going to need 1.5 ounces of CARVE, a little bit of lime, fresh limes, some ginger beer, mix it all up. And you got yourself a CARVE Moscow Mule.
So Crystal is here at the Lemon Bar and made us a Moscow Mule CARVE style.
CARVE style.
Now, when you made CARVE, did you think you were going to be using it in such traditional type drinks? You had no plan. Come on, man.
I go to the bar a lot, so I figured it'd be, everything, so why not?
Dude, this tastes pretty good.
It does, right?
Not bad.
Wait, you go without me?
I did. I went without you.
All right.
No, that's how I do. Well, you know what? Being out here at the beach doesn't suck at all, does it?
Not at all.
Hanging here at the Lemon Bars.
I mean, it's one of my inspirations behind the vodka. It's like I want to create a beach-style vodka for places like the Lemon Bar.
Right.
That's why we're here today.
Right.
There's no better bar in Jacksonville for this atmosphere than Lemon Bar.
Right. Because you're right here on the beach. You really
Right,
can't
right
get
on
away
the
from
beach,
it.
you can see the waves.
Pretty carbon.
If you want to go out there and surf, you can.
You can go out and surf. I don't think I could.
Well, not after a couple of these, though. That would be
Well,
dangerous.
maybe I'd be ready to after a couple of those.
Maybe, yeah. Let's try that. Let's have some more.
Cheers. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with another episode of I Know Jax next weekend. But until then, I'll see you on the internet.